Okay. Welcome everybody, or good afternoon. Welcome to our recruitment webinar. I am Andrea Lipka alongside with my co-chair Connie Mitchell, and we are honored to lead this session. We also have most of our board members, and we are the leadership and mentoring intersection. The title of our webinar, oopsie, sorry, I should be sharing. Let me see if I can share. Well, this is funny. Oh, here is the share button. It would be nice for you to see my slides, not just see my face. Okay, so the title of our webinar is Empowering Global Educators. We hope that this webinar will be a call to action. We are here to provide the organizational leverage you need to recognize the leader within yourself. I am sure that many of you are navigating local classroom or university settings across the world. So this new intersection will be our professional home for hopefully high impact engagement. So let's talk about, let me just continue, and feel free, the other board members, to let in new people. Also, if you have any comment to add, I don't plan to talk a lot. I plan to just provide an overview of our organization and then hopefully leave plenty of room for questions. So let's now talk about who we are and how we fit in the large within TESOL International. So our network represents the full breadth of TESOL International organization or association. So we have 4 quadrants in this slide: classroom educators, an ESL and EFL context, graduate students, researchers, teacher trainers, mentors, and administrators or institutional leaders. So in our new intersection, leadership is not defined by title. Most of you have maybe unofficial leadership positions, but it is defined by our contribution to the ecosystem, to this ecosystem. So let's now talk about who are we as an organization. So the identity and mission of the learning and mentoring intersection, or the leadership and mentoring intersection. We are a collaborative, inquiry-driven new community committed to professional growth. And the first tenet is community, because we are focusing on intercultural team dynamics, for example. Our second quadrant is the scholarship, exploring leadership styles and effective communication. And our third quadrant is providing strategies for navigating organizational change. So we hope that through collaboration, you become an institutional change agent in your own context. And professional growth in the LMIS occurs through 3 intersecting pathways. So we will have a leadership pathway, where you can find your authentic voice, manage intercultural teams, and lead structural change. We have the mentorship pathway, where you can give back to emerging teachers or novice teachers and receive localized guidance. And we have the scholarship pathway, where you can contribute to practice-focused research, focusing on leadership and mentoring. So you can sit at the center of these circles and you can gain the multifaceted skills required of a 21st century leader. And these are projected strategic goals for 2026 and 2027. Obviously, we are a new intersection. So our goal is to solidify our activities, organization, and communication to ensure clear roles and duties. Our second pillar is to promote and recruit new members and hopefully new board members. And our third pillar is to strengthen alliances. So we are collaborating with other TESOL intersection to expand our collaborative reach. And in this slide, you can see what can you gain as an LMIS member. You can participate online on our My TESOL group and listen to the lived experiences of our community. Or you can pose a question. You can have more engaged webinars. You can propose your own webinar. And I imagine this as a reciprocal growth because this is the key to mentorship cycle sustainability. We have members who have a lot of experience and we have members who are novice teachers. So hopefully we can have a lot of interaction. And these are some voices from our members. And I just give you an example, what a member mentioned earlier. They want to find localized guidance from seasoned ELT leaders who understand organizational change. Another person mentioned about having a possibility to have a lightning talk. A lightning talk is more laid-back conversation where you get to introduce your research idea and discuss it with other community members. And this is our leadership team. I think we are all present. Would you like to introduce yourselves, please? You already got to meet me, Connie, Georgios, Jennifer, Lan, Doa, and Amani.
Hello, everyone. I'm Connie, and I'm co-chairing this session with Andrea. And it's really exciting to have this new intersection, and I look forward to all the possibilities that can happen through the intersection.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dora Rashid. I am the chair-elect for the new LMIS, and I'm really looking forward to collaborating with you this year. And what we don't finish this year, we can continue to do next year. So looking forward to collaboration.
I guess I'll go next. I'm Jennifer Killam. I am very happy to be co-editing the newsletter for the LMIS. And I'm going to turn it over to Lon.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Lan. I feel the same that to be a co-editor for the newsletter for this group. Looking forward to working with everyone closely, and we encourage everyone to write articles for our group.
And when is the newsletter coming out?
August
August.
August 10th, right? 15th, 10th.
August 10th is the submission deadline, so we're expecting maybe September.
Right, to publish the fall issue.
So if you have any ideas or you want to write an article, please reach out to Jennifer and Len, and they will be happy to guide you. The newsletter is based on also mentoring, so please do not feel that we welcome questions, we welcome drafts of articles, and we are going to help you to improve it.
Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us so that we can address your concerns or give you some of the guidance so that you can write your articles either about leadership experience or mentorship experience. I know some of you have a lot of ideas of mentorship. Xuan is one of them. So welcome to contribute to our newsletter.
Thank you, Lan and Jennifer. And also, if you have any, if you want to be involved with our team or as a board member, feel free to reach out. We are happy to have you involved. We have clearly defined pipeline for you to join our team. Very good. Georgios, I think Georgios is also here. George, did we lose him? Oh, no. Okay, he's here. Oh, maybe he's...
I think his mic's not working.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I was looking at him. It doesn't seem his mic is working.
I didn't want to leave him out, but Georgios is also part of the community manager team, Damani, and they are the ones that are managing our social media platforms. Currently, we only have a Facebook and a LinkedIn presence, but we are working to create our YouTube channel starting with this video. And Drew?
Hello.
Yes, please.
I was just going to say hello, everyone. My name is Amani Habib, and I do work with Georgios as the community team, the other team member. Nice to be here, and looking forward to more exciting webinars and newsletters and great collaboration.
Thank you. And Drew is also here. He is our connector to TESOL International. Drew, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. I'm very excited to be the board liaison for this amazing new interest section. So looking forward to working with everyone and making this an amazing experience.
Thank you. Great to have you.
Also, if I can jump in,
Please.
Drew is going to be giving the next webinar in June for us.
Thank you,
Very
Connie.
Just
excited.
a heads up, everybody.
Yes, we have a couple of webinars scheduled. Connie took the big initiative at the TESOL convention, so I'm going to let her talk about our upcoming webinars. So this is the big overview of how we imagine our board to evolve. Like, what can you do? Just I wanted you to see the big picture. And again, these ideas for webinars and like the mentoring pathway that is infused in our board comes from the intercultural intersection where I am a member of. So I took their best practices and tried to emulate it here. So as you can see, we have a chair-elect. Ideally, we could have 2 chair-elects so that the current chairs can mentor the chair-elects into their roles. And then next year, if all goes well, Connie and I will become past chairs. So again, the mentoring will continue. And then we could have members at large. These are ideal for new members who don't necessarily want higher level leadership, but they can step up to lead a webinar or support offerings. Then we can have a community manager and a newsletter editor. And then we are going to have a historian as well. Historian is basically a person who compiles all the information that we produce, reports, webinar records, flyers. And here is like what we do typically in TESOL. We will have a networking meeting at a TESOL conference, and we will have an open meeting. So again, if you become or you wish to become a board member or just an LMIS member, you can support us by volunteering to help at these meetings as well. These will be in-person meetings at the next TESOL conference. And please disregard the date. Those will change based on the next conference. So this is how you can support us. You can volunteer. You can join a community of discussions. Let's say you have an example of a recent article that I found, and I posted some questions. You can do something similar on my TESOL community, or you can contribute ideas to the TESOL newsletter or LMIS TESOL newsletter. And there are 3 steps to join our intersection. Become a TESOL international member at tesol.org. You can join our intersections through the My TESOL portal, and you can connect with us through our social media platform. So I don't remember if we have an X, but again, these are in works. We do have a Facebook community and a LinkedIn community. And here we got to the open discussion and question section. So we want to hear from you. This was the purpose of our webinar, to provide an overview of our new intersection and hear how do you want to be involved? What are your biggest challenges? Do you have any questions? Would you like to provide ideas for future webinar topics? So here I open the floor for anybody.
Andrea, if you don't mind me interjecting for a second.
Please.
For those of you who are new to TESOL and this is the first time you join an IS, ISs in general are member-driven, member-focused members of the IS, not the leadership team, the people who are talking today, but the members of the IS are the ones who really shape what comes out of this IS, the interest topics, the what content we include, how we reach out to the community, how we responded to the needs of the community. It all comes from the members, not from the leadership, or not from TESOL. The other piece is that this is a new IS. It just established, so we are shaping it as we go. Meaning, yes, we do have a vision, we have our understanding of what we would like it to be, but again, all of this, if it's not really aligned with what the members would like to see in the IS, can easily be changed. Our TESOL board liaison, Dr. Fagan, with us here to help us, support us as a team. But again, TESOL is supporting the IS leads itself into the direction that it would like it to be. So you are at the moment joining a new IS, take advantage of shaping it and making it the way you see it, that the field should focus on leadership and mentorship in different aspects: research, scholarship, practice, just simply talks, networking, whichever you think would be the best way to address those needs. We would like to hear from you.
Thank you, Dua. Appreciate it. Any questions?
We are a small group. Can I suggested that those who did not introduce themselves to tell us who you are, where you are in the world, what you do, what are you interested in this group, whichever you want to share with us, perhaps that could get us starting talk.
And Melanie has a question. So while you are typing in the chat, we could ask perhaps Melanie to ask her question. You are on mute, Melanie.
That's right. Hi. So Andrea, it's great to see you here. And thanks for the nice introduction from the leadership team. My name is Melanie Vandenhoven, and I'm the co-chair of the Intercultural Communication Interest Section. That's how I know Andrea. And also, I believe another member is here, Susan Calix, and she's the incoming co-chair. So just to say a little bit about myself, you asked, Doa, where I was coming in from. So I'm coming in from France. So it's 3:30 in the afternoon here. And the reason I joined this this recruitment webinar is because I wanted to introduce myself to you guys. And I also hope that we can do collaboration for the TESOL 27 conference as a primary or secondary. And I know this has been in conversation in the background, but I wanted to be visible here and to say this is my intention. Plus, I would also like to learn about leadership and mentorship, and to say that in intercultural communication intersection, Leslie Bohan and I have asked that we have as our goals that we would do leadership and mentorship, but like in cross-cultural context. So I feel there's such a nice synergy between our groups, and I just wanted to present that. And then I just wonder, should I just interact with you as a co-chair, or should I become just a general member?
So I think I'm gonna should be reaching out to you. That's based on the conversation, the earlier conversation we had, and we definitely need to talk. There's so much we can do together. There's so much the intersection between cultures and intercultural communication and leadership, specifically and mentorship, that usually is hidden under the structure of how leadership is or mentorship is. But definitely, yes. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for being here. Now I have a face and a name. I'll put my email in the chat, Melanie, if you remember.
Yeah, so Leslie and I would be interacting with you as a team.
Yes.
And just in case if you are a brand new member to TESOL, thank you, Melanie. You could, as a member, you could participate in organizing a panel for the TESOL conference. So panels are usually a collaboration between two interest sections on a particular topic that coexist in the two sections. So we could have a couple of members in a panel. So that's a nice way for you to present your research, your ideas at the TESOL conference in a panel format. We have done multiple panels as part of the intercultural communication intersection. So hopefully 2027 TESOL conference will have, I believe that with the TESOL, with the intercultural communication intersection, we are the lead. Correct me if I am wrong, Doa.
Yes. So my understanding is that we are not the lead we are not the lead for the conversation with INCS, correct?
Well,
We
need
have
to.
two. One where we're primary, one where we're secondary.
Yeah.
And I think with intercultural, we said we are the secondary and they are the primary.
Okay.
Yes.
So then we are primary with the research
With the research. Correct.
intersection. Okay.
Right.
So again, for new members, just in case if you are not versed in this idea, you can only be primary once and secondary once on a panel to present at TESOL conference. Very good. Let me check the chat box in case. Okay. I don't see any questions. Okay. Do you have any questions that you want us to address, especially the new members or the attendees, because this is about you. So if you have any questions or you would like to be involved with our intersection, but you don't know how, this is your chance to ask your question.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I was writing in the chat and I hadn't finished, but I do have a question. So I'm interested in joining your group today. I also, because I wonder, mentorship and leadership goes hand in hand. We are not majored in leadership, right? So especially for women of color who feels the value of leadership and who wants to be mentored towards leadership, is there any like specific program from your group, or do you have peer mentorship program between a veteran TESOLer and a new TESOLer? So this is my question. Yeah.
So we thank you, appreciate your question. As you know, we are a new group. So your idea might be, we could post it on my TESOL. We do have members with a lot of leadership experience. For example, our founding member, Kate Mastoridis, has a lot of leadership experience. So on my TESOL, you can find a lot of members that can help you out with your specific question. Same, I'm just looking at our board members. Many of them can help you with questions related to race, gender, ethnicity. We were actually talking about this right before we started the webinar. So I think that you got to the right community.
So to answer your question, General, again, as I said, the ISs, the members do decide what is needed. And I think you're raising a very good point that we're not measuring in leadership. We don't learn to become leaders. There is an innate desire to help and support and advocate in our field. There are opportunities everywhere, but then you don't want to pick any opportunity and join it. You want to have a path, a clear understanding of where you would like your leadership efforts to go. So where to start is a very important point, but who to be around, your networking, your experiences that you compile or gather or live through before you actually take on a full leadership role. All of these matter. And I think it's great that you're bringing this up because, yes, we would like to have a mentoring leaders initiative within the IS that is based on the IS's need, that members' needs. So those who feel like I am in between different places or spaces in the world, I don't. My vision of what leadership looks like is not the same as the vision of the people where I am. I work. where is this disconnect coming from, how I can actually build in skills and knowledge that will help me navigate those cultural differences. So when it comes to defining and enacting leadership, that could be one aspect. Sometimes it's also about the different skills that we need to know. I mean, we're always talking about leadership as in taking initiative, helping people and supporting them and uplifting them. All of these things we talk about. But then if you were to join, for example, the TESOL board, you need to have a little bit of understanding about budget. You need to have a little bit of understanding of the structure of an organization. You have to have those foundation before coming into the board and sitting on that board. So there are different ways of looking at leadership that should guide what type of mentorship for leaders program that we would like to have. Thank you for bringing this up. This is a very important piece of what we're trying to do here today. Thank you.
And I appreciated your chat about feeling a little bit in between. Myself, I'm also in between. I work for a military program, very male-oriented, not TESOL related. So I feel like I left TESOL, but I don't really, I never actually left, because here I am back leading this new intersection. So just know that you are not alone, okay? You have your community. And Deborah, please.
Yeah, thank you, Andrea. So I just wanted to add a little bit of information about information receiving and information sharing. In order to learn about all these different kinds of opportunities that may be through this intersection, but through other avenues within TESOL, one of the best ways really is to get on the My TESOL space. It used to be, as was said, that we could only choose one or two intersections. Now we can be members of all those intersections. And there's a way to manage it so it's not overwhelming, and you can get, you can set up that you get your announcements in a digest. But that's one of the best ways to stay in touch with the opportunities through TESOL, is to get on the My TESOL space, because you'll see leadership opportunities and calls for applications in different places.
Yeah. Any other questions, comments?
We could go back to what Doa was saying a little earlier about maybe people volunteering to tell us a little bit about who they are and where they're calling from. And this may be
And
a
what
good
are
time.
their challenges, maybe?
That's true. So there were some comments in the chat, but it would be nice to hear from everybody.
I can start if you want. I put it in the chat. I'm Debbie West. I'm here in Paris with TESOL France. I'm the current president, and I'm also the current chair of the membership council at TESOL International. And leadership is and mentoring. It's a big question. It's a big issue, especially at the local levels. And so I was encouraged to come because we just had a meeting with TESOL Live. And it's very interesting, this idea to try to connect. And I think that it can connect to our local areas as well, because just what you said in terms of getting to some information about TESOL International, that is through the interest groups, it's through the professional councils, it's through the activities that we do. I think you have the same thing happening at the local level. But I think there's my challenge right now, I have a really big challenge going on, is how do we encourage people? How do we mentor or train people who get into leadership positions, but actually don't realize that they need to be mentored, or they need to develop certain skills, or there is a structure that you just don't come and just do what you want, but actually, especially in this kind of organization, that there are things that need to be done. There are things that we can keep learning, there's a sharing, there's all of that kind of stuff. So I'm interested in the insight that you might have, especially because I'm connecting with membership. And I'm also connecting with my own role here in TESOL France, where I have a team of people who we lead the country, but well, we try to lead the country. It's not so easy, but maybe eventually you might have some insights to that. And there's a Melanie who's in France who I would love to know who she is. I don't know her. So I'm always surprised. I find people at TESOL International, but they are not involved with TESOL France. So not to put her on the spot, but I put her on the
Bonjour,
spot.
Debbie. I'm here in Chamonix. I'm in Haute-Savoie.
Okay.
I
Bonjour,
will.
à Paris.
C'est loin, huh? But I will keep this in English. So I will be in touch with you, and behind the scenes I'll rejoin TESOL France.
And Melanie is the co-chair of the Intercultural Communication Interest Section, where I am also a community manager.
Very good to know.